Everyone, I'm just doing laying down practice this time, so I don't have the camera on, just because it wouldn't really help that much because I'm just laying down. It's my first time sharing a laying down practice. It is laying down practice has been a big part of my practice, and I do find that it helps me relax more, and it's definitely different than sitting or standing, just because of not having any pressure. Um, on the muscles, to sit or stand. So everything can relax more. Again, bringing some focus into it, making it into a formal practice is helping me bring some focus into it. It's a little easier, I think, to drift off when laying down. Um, and I certainly wouldn't have a problem with drifting off to sleep, but I kind of mean like drifting off into just, I don't know, I guess thinking about the same thing over and over or something like that. So making it into a formal practice, I think, is something I want to do for this time, just to bring some more focus into it and kind of apply myself more to it. Also, just yeah, noticing it's easier to inhale and exhale more deeply for me when laying down right now, and I feel like my belly can expand more on the inhalation. Yeah, good holds at the top of the inhalation. Um, and it's nice to inhale really deeply and easily. I was actually just out walking a bit, so definitely after I do some physical activity and I kind of need more respiration, uh, meditation can be really great to literally kind of catch my breath. Like we were talking about in the last session, in the presence of oxygen, more ATP is created per molecule of glucose. So, when we're breathing more deeply, then we're getting more oxygen and therefore more ATP is being created per molecule of glucose, like 16 times more. Good expansion in the diaphragm, into the abdomen, belly rising and falling. Bring the mind back to the breathing again and again, wanting to really get into those nice long inhalation and exhalations, nice smooth, easy, deep breathing rhythm. Relaxing everything, letting the shoulders sink into the bed, letting the head sink into the bed, letting the bed support the weight of the head instead of the neck having to do the work, so the neck can relax. Relaxing the lower back, the hips, the abdomen. They don't have to do any work to sit up or stand up. Hands can relax. They don't have to hold anything right now. Feeling points of contact between the bed and and your body. Like feeling where your left elbow is touching the bed, where your right elbow is touching the bed, where the back of your head is touching the bed, where your upper back is touching the bed. Where your butt is touching the bed, where the backs of your legs are touching the bed. Just settling in, relaxing more and more. Still just kind of in the induction phase, just like, you know, getting into a more relaxed state. Um, Takes a little time to kind of get into that relaxation. We can also do just some awareness targeting practice, just scanning the hands, um, just like going one finger at a time to work a little precision. So awareness targeting the left thumb, left pointer finger, left middle finger, let's go a little more specific, let's do fingertips, left ring finger, fingertip, left pinky fingertip, tip of right thumb, tip of right pointer finger, tip of right middle finger, tip of right ring finger, tip of right pinky finger. I think that's one thing that's so relaxing about yoga nidra is that precision awareness targeting kind of really feels really nice sometimes. Let's also try the toes. Let's go tip of left big toe, let's go tip of left pointer toe, tip of left middle toe, tip of left ring toe, and tip of left pinky toe. I'm specifying the tip because there's actually a lot of points within each finger and each toe that I can actually demonstrate after we do this next foot. So we'll go awareness targeting tip of right big toe, tip of right pointer toe, again, it's okay if the sensation is a little fainter in the toes. If you have a lot of sensation in your toes, that's great because the feet are actually really important energy centers um, that we were going to work on activating the feet and leg meridians at some point. But if you don't have a lot of sensation in your toes, then it's okay. Just work on getting the location. It's location before sensation. So let's move awareness to tip of the right middle toe, tip of right ring toe, and tip of right pinky toe. Now, I did want to show what I was talking about with like how much detail there is in each finger, but I am going to just concentrate on my right ankle a little bit because there's some pain on the lateral malleolus area in my right ankle. I'm just going to concentrate on that. Just try to support that area's healing process. Got an interesting idea. So there's pain in my right ankle, and I know there's also generally a good go-to for pleasant energy is going to be in the pelvic region chakras. Like before, we were working with the Hui Yin energy center. So I'm going to go just bring my mind, nothing, no physical action, but just bring my awareness to the pelvic floor and the Hui Yin energy center. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to bring the pleasant energy to the pain energy in my ankle and try to help it heal that way. So let's see if we can do this. So concentrating on the pelvic floor. And for both people with prostates and without prostates, just like noticing, is there any kind of pleasant tingling sensation in the pelvic floor energy center? So for me, the energy just flowed to my tailbone as well. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna bring my awareness to where the pain was in my right lateral malleolus area, and I'm just gonna see if I can make any pleasant energy follow my awareness to the injured area. This one might be a bit beyond my level right now, and it might require more meridians to be open so the energy can be transported there. Because that whole, the whole distance of the whole leg might be a longer distance to transport the energy. So, well, that was worth a try, and it is something I used to be able to do in the past. So, it is something that I'll be looking for opportunities to demonstrate. So I'm going to get back to Hu Yin then. Okay, that's good for now. And then I'm going to go to the tailbone. I'm just going to move my awareness to the tailbone, location for sensation. Good, feeling the energy follow along to the tailbone and sacrum. Moving awareness. And this is where, we can remember from a previous session the locations. That's why I said, like, make a mental note of the locations so that you can, refer to them next time. And then, awareness target these locations easier next time. Um, that sense of that location of the top of the sacrum is what I'm using now to awareness target there. So that was successful. The energy followed to the top of the sacrum. Definitely a little bit of mind wandering, but that's okay. That's part of building concentration, is noticing that and refocusing. Now I'm going to go a bit up into the lumbar spine, L5, L4, L3, somewhere in there. And again, location before sensation. especially with like energy work along these meridians. You might not feel energy that strongly right away, but the awareness targeting the location is attracting the energy to those locations. Good, the energy followed. Let's go up to L1. Just thinking about the location of the L1 vertebrae. Kind of a little easier to pinpoint where T11 is, directly across from the solar plexus, and where L3 is, directly across from the navel. So we want to kind of bounce back and forth between the point on the spine, directly across from the navel. For me, like the pointer that it's directly across from the navel really helps me feel it. And then going up to T11 directly across from the solar plexus. So think about where your solar plexus is, and then directly across from that along the spine. Now that we have that, now we can bounce back and forth between L3 and T11 in order to open up the vertebrae between them. So we'll just do slow at first and go back to L3. Taking directly across from the navel. Location before sensation. Then back up to T11, directly across from the solar plexus. Yeah, definitely just getting tired. Um, I might roll on my side and just see if I nap or something. But that was a good practice. And thanks for joining me for that. Thanks for helping me stay focused. I feel like we got some things done. Um, some awareness targeting practice and um, also some energy center activation. So, thanks and talk to you next time.